Hey everybody, Like and Blades here, and in today's video, I'm going to be sticking to a different kind of format. Today I'm going to be teaching you all how to take care of your bushing knives, for those who don't already know how to. Let me go ahead and grab the knife I'm going to be working on out of my case right quick. There it is. So, just to get to it, this is a bushing Balisong Z. I got it as a gift from Eldon Talley at Blade Show Atlanta this year. This colorway has yet to be released. While I was taking it apart, I had the screw almost completely out, and as you can see, there's not a screw in here anymore. Yeah, about that. The head of the screw snapped off. So while I was doing that, that happened. I couldn't find a replacement screw anywhere in my home. So that's where that came in. I had to order brand new screws. Now you may be thinking, that doesn't look like Flightanium packaging. That's because it is not. That packaging is actually TrueLink. A friend of mine, K-Sauce on Instagram, helped me out with the measurements that I needed, so these should be the correct size. I ordered some new fancy screws. Let's see. Those are the 632s, or 664s, I mean. These screws should work. They should be about the same size. Length is a bit different. The head size looks about the same, so here's a normal Flightanium screw. This is the new screw I'm going to be using, which is also a T15, I believe. Yes, it is a T15. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. So, first off, you're going to need the basics. Whatever knife you're using, you're going to want the correct driver size. Like, for example, if you're taking apart a Kraken, any kind of Kraken, you're going to need a T10. So on and so forth. The Kershaw Lucha, you're going to need a T8. Medusa, a T15. Some machine-wise screws are T10, while the others are T15s. That's the old stuff next to the new stuff, and so on and so forth. Everything has a different size screw. It's mostly T10 and T15 though. Those are the most used that I've seen. So the Balisong Z is a T15 using a thread size of 664 with a head, I believe, of 1/4. I don't remember exactly. I don't have. Well, yeah, I do have my paper right here. Hold on. I'm gonna let you know for sure. Yeah, 664 pitch at a .250 in length with a 5/16. Okay, so this is a 5/16. That's good for me to know. I don't have a breakdown mat or anything. I'm using my massive mouse pad for all of this. I did not like that sound. That was not supposed to happen. Oh well. Anyway, you're going to start off by removing the screws as carefully as you can. A lot of screws come Loctited, which is going to be very difficult. If it is too strong, don't push it too hard. You will end up stripping your screw. If there is Loctite in your pivots and you cannot get it unscrewed, boil the pivots for a little while. Let the Loctite just melt, I guess, and then continue on after the knife is cooled off. I don't use Loctite. I use Teflon tape. I use a lot of Teflon tape because I like to keep things as tight as possible for as long as possible. Now, a 632 or 664, fuck. I keep thinking of a Squid Industry screw. A 664 is very tight thread anyway, so it will keep things very nice and tight, but I don't care. I use it as a precaution, because everything I own will hit concrete eventually. Now, once you have your knife taken apart, you're going to push out your pivot screws, your female sex screw. That's just how I've been taught to say them. A lot of people just say pivots. I don't care. I'm going to say pivots and or fucking sex bolt. I don't care. Now, for me personally, I like to use some Q-tips to clean out the small crevices of my knives. I'm going to go ahead and take this apart here. And this apart here. Okay. Now I have my handles, my blade. I'm going to take my Q-tip and lightly push out the bushings, making sure they don't turn. There we go. Now I'm going to use the Q-tip to clean the inside here. Now this knife is already pretty clean, but as you can see, maybe if, there we go. There's a bit of gunk still left in there. I think I might have dropped it in dirt at one point, I don't remember, but I already took this knife apart once. I don't know where that dirt could have come from. Make sure you keep all of your parts separate and you know what goes where. If you don't know the anatomy of a bushing balisong, I recommend looking into that or paying very close attention to this video, because I won't be showing everything in great depth, but I will be going along how I usually clean these, which should help you understand the anatomy at least a little bit. Like this little metal ring, that's the bushing, for those of you who don't know. Now, a bushing knife runs off of not only bushings, but washers as well. Some companies, like Machine Wise, use stainless steel washers, others use phosphorus bronze, like these. I got these in for my Medusa last night, and I ordered too many, so. Well, I had them for the Medusa and the Impusa, but the Impusa no longer belongs to me. Belly Buddha, you're fucking welcome. I didn't want to let it go, but I chose to anyway. Okay, now your washers you really have to pay attention to, because they will make or break your tune, 100%. I don't have new washers. Flytanium does not sell these washers, and I don't know the measurements on them, so I can't order new ones. I'm going to use these ones because I don't have a choice, but also because they're already broken in, and I like that. So, I'm going to go ahead and clean that off, and I'm going to show you here in a second something. For washers that are already used, if you're not going to replace them, then it's very easy to tell. You can see here, that's pretty polished, and there's a little ring right there. That's where the bushing has been making contact. On the other side, though, there's nothing like that. Bunch of scratches, but nothing like that. So this side, you will be placing against the bushing, while the other side is facing outwards. So, I'm going to go ahead and put one bushing back in here, finish up this handle. I recommend folding the rag twice, so it becomes a bit thicker. Then just run it through here a couple of times, make sure that spot is clean. Grab your Q-tip again, clean around this ring. This ring right here, just clean around there. Some gunk, dust, build up. Run the Q-tip through all the way, and it's pretty decently clean. As clean as these handles are going to get, at least. Take it again, run it through the channel, get rid of all that extra dust. Okay, now we're ready for part of the assembly. I'm going to take my blade, I'm going to check the washer. So that side is like that, so I'm going to flip it. That ring side will go against the bushing. I'll take this washer, I'll look at it again. Oh, there's the ring. So the ring is going against the bushing. I'm going to take my handle, slide it on. Now, my washers are not lined up at all, so I'm just gonna lightly push them in the direction they need to be. This one's way off, so again, lightly push it with your fingernail. Try not to scratch your washers too much because that'll mess up your tune as well. Now, I don't have a pivot needle. I have the Nabali's little driver thing that is meant for this. So go ahead and shove that in there. Wiggle it around a little bit. Make sure everything is together. I'm going to go ahead and thread it back through this way. You're going to take your sex bolt, your pivot, whatever you want to call it, place it on here, and boom. Now, I'm going to show you again. You're going to take your sex bolt, pivot, whatever you want to call it, place it on the head of the bit, slowly push through, which will allow you to get it in there very easily. Everything's lined up, it's good to go. Now, this side I haven't cleaned yet, so I'm going to set this over here, and I'm going to go ahead and get to cleaning. Now, for someone who's new to the balisong hobby and doesn't know what they're doing, you're going to want to pay very, very close attention to every part. For me, I've been taking the knives apart for well over 4 years now. I've been in the hobby maybe 6-7 years. So I've got the experience. I don't tune bushings or anything like that, but I can get a pretty rock solid tune out of a knife with the stuff that it already has. I don't know how these screws are gonna work, but I'm really excited for them because they look pretty badass compared to the old screws. Okay, go ahead and clean out the rag. See, last time I did the double fold, but the double fold wasn't thick enough because that's a pretty wide area. I'm gonna do a triple fold, which will create less space for there to be freedom. So it's tighter. I can just run it through there like this instead of having to hit side by side. Take another Q-tip, clean out the ring, clean out the ring. See, a little bit of dirt. If it'll let me show you. There it is. A little bit of dirt. Ignore my nasty ass nails. I was working earlier today and I haven't had the time to clean my nails yet, so yeah, that's a thing. I'm also going to be working again later on this evening, so there's really no point in me doing any of that right now. Okay, got that all taken care of. I'm going to take my bushing, I'm going to gently put it back into the blade, maybe. There we go. Check out the washer again. Clean side, worn side. Worn side goes towards the bushing. Clean side, worn side against the bushing. Take your handle, once again. You're just gonna gently feed it in, just like that. Again, washers aren't lined up. Push them in the correct direction, very gently. Do not hurt yourself or your knife. Mostly yourself, because you can always buy another knife another time. There we go. Well, that didn't help very much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take my pivot needle thingy, and work it in here and just same thing as last time. It's in. Okay, I didn't expect that. That's fun. Anyway, there we go. Just like last time, it should feed in pretty easily. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I messed up. Don't tell me I messed up. Come on, you're supposed to love me. You're supposed to care about me, knife. Come on. There, that's a screw. There we go. Now you should feed. Now you should feed. Why aren't you feeding? What is wrong with you? Ah. Now you should There we go. Give it a little love tap. Pivots are in. Sex bolts are in. Whatever the fuck, I don't know anymore. I'm tired. Leave me be. Okay. Now, K-Sauce. If you end up watching this, I already know you're going to judge me for the amount of Teflon tape I use. A lot of people probably will. I don't care. And I sounded like that because I put this in my mouth so I can cut the fucking Teflon tape. Leave me alone. Now, that's a lot of Teflon tape. You really hardly even need that much. Just enough to cover the screw, but I like to really cover it, personally. Use your driver. Make sure you thread it in the correct direction. Because if you thread it in the opposite direction and you go to screw in your screw into your pivot or your sex bolt, whatever you want to call it, the Teflon tape will end up unraveling. You want to make sure it goes the correct direction. So you're gonna do it clockwise, I guess. I don't know. But just make sure it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And if you don't know your rights from your lefts, then you're shit out of luck. I guess go back to kindergarten or wherever the fuck you learn your right from your left. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get it started off here just by gently twisting it in. If it'll let me, please, come on, don't hate me, I'm thirsty, leave me alone. Okay, now I can get a drink. Ugh, fucking watered down lemonade. Okay, now you're just gonna screw the motherfucker in. I hope this fits all the way. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be depressed. That is a very close call. Wow. Yeah. I don't know about that. This fucking thing's locked up. There we go. I'll go ahead and tighten it up some more if I can. That should be good. Okay. This I use just to get a little bit more leverage and get better tightness than I can just spinning this. So, just so everybody knows, I'm going to get some more Teflon. Ha. I did not want that much. Ignore the jingling in the background if you can hear that. That's my dog playing with a baby pizza crust from lunch. She's a weirdo. By the way, if y'all want to ever see me make a video on her, or just maybe upload a short of her being stupid, let me know. I will happily do that, but only if there is demand for it. I love her with all of my heart. She is quite honestly one of the main reasons I am still here. Trigger warning, sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that. Should have said trigger warning before that, but I didn't think about it, so sorry buddies. Sorry guys, I'm not smart. In there. I did not really think about the thickness of the head. I thought about how wide or how big the diameter of the head of the screw had to be, but I didn't think about how thick it was going to be because that sticks out quite a bit. Whatever. Now, the Balisong is not meant to have tight tolerances. Like even the Balisong Z on bushings has pretty loose tolerances normally, but that's on purpose. Okay, so without oil, that's pretty tight for any form of Balisong. Oh, come on. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. thin oil. This is super lube. Put a bunch of it on there just to get it started. And work it in. And flip it for a minute. Unless you're using Loctite. If you're using Loctite, go to hell, don't flip it for a minute. Feeling sluggish. Ever so slight bind right there. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen this one ever so slightly. Being very careful. I'm at a weird angle. Hold on. That's a bit better, so work it in a little bit more. That works. Still binding, so I'm going to release it a little bit more. That should fix it. Come on. Come on, don't be stupid. There you go. There you go. There you go. Tad bit more oil. I know I'm drowning my pivots. Fuck you. I'm doing my thing. Let me do my thing. I did not expect this video to end up being this long, but I don't care. There we go. Don't. There we go. Fuck, I guess not. I don't know where this is coming from, but it might just be in the screw touching the handle the way it is. Sorry, I'm going off camera for a second. I'm not flipping. No, my dog is not near me right now. She's over by my door, which is way the fuck back there. I'm just trying to figure out why this is binding. I'm pretty sure it is because that is touching the aluminum of the handle. I don't even know if I got that on camera or not, but by the way, when I say the door is like way the fuck back there, I mean that's a good 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 feet or whatever. I don't know for sure, but it's a long ways. Okay. It's not binding anymore. Tolerances pretty good for a thin oil. Okay, now I'm going to use a Q-tip again. Soak up most of it that's around the surface. And I'm going to do that in the open and closed positions. Now you may be wondering, why are you doing that? Well, I like to use carbon honey, but I found using carbon honey immediately will end up causing issues with the tune itself. So using super lube, then going to carbon honey after soaking most of the super lube up will not only allow the carbon honey to reach a deeper area of the washer, but will allow for a better tune in the end as well. Also a better sound. See, here's tolerances again, just because of the carbon honey. It's already better. Come on, Hannah. Oh, am I at the wrong angle? Hold on. There we go. Now, it looks stupid if you look at it like this. I mean, that's a thick ass screw, that looks pretty stupid, but let's be honest now. Those screws look pretty fucking badass. I, for one, love the look. I was worried I wouldn't enjoy the look all that much, but now that I'm looking at it up close and actually in there, holy shit, they look badass. Now, I am tempted to swap these screws in my Solo out for these ones. These are the same screws, but they're a smaller head with a T10, it looks like. That better be a fucking T10. If that's a T8, I'm gonna be pissed. Please don't be a T8. Thank God it's a T10. Holy crap, thank God it's a T10. Okay, it's a T10. Now, that... Ooh. I don't know. I think that looks pretty cool, not gonna lie, but then I'd have to get screws to replace the bottom ones so that they look right. Need them to match. Maybe I'll swap out my Medusa screws. These are T15 664. I just put new washers and everything in this last night, so it needs to be broken in again, but it sounds nice. I'm happy with it. Now, I don't know if that'll work. I'm pretty sure the head's too big. Yeah, the head's too big. Now, if I could get some 664 screws like this with this head, that would be fucking perfect, because I think that kind of makes it look pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So I need to get the 664 in the T15 at a .250 with a 5/16 head. No. Yes, no. 1/4 head. I need a 4th head. Okay. So if I can get 664 screws with a 1/4 head in a T15, I can replace all my Marin screws and they will look badass. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, I'm happy with how this turned out. Ooh, that sounded not good, but I'm very happy with how this turned out. The screws are a lot thicker than I expected them to be, but I don't give a shit. I mean, oh well, I don't care. I got new screws. They look fancy. That one can go to hell. I can replace my Kraken screws too. That'd be pretty cool. Ooh, replace the screws in the Titan. New Titan screws, maybe? I don't know, maybe. I think that'd be pretty cool. By the way, yeah, I think I already said it, but case is here. Collection video I mean, I guess coming soon. I've got one knife coming in the mail. One's being lent out to a friend, but it's just an edit, so I'll make the video without the edit. I'll just put a picture of the edit in that video. But once I get, oh, I hated that. Once I get my new knife in the mail from Bali Buddha, I'm gonna start actually working on that video again. I did try to start it, but it didn't feel right. So yeah, it's already been half an hour. I'm so sorry. Hold on, right quick. Pocket dump. That, not these. That, and this. Boom. Peace.